What's up, gang? This is Bri with Eagles Real Talk. The Fly is covering the Eagles in the game. Yo, let's get straight into it, man. It's been a long week in the NFL. Crazy things have been happening. A lot's going on, but let's focus on the Birds today, and most importantly, Jalen Hurts. Okay, so he was back at practice today in limited fashion, through the walkthrough. He did the whole walkthrough. It's looking like he's going to play. I'm just going to go ahead and say he's going to play. You want to know why? Because he has to play. And I think this past week, I don't think anyone's really been talking about it as much, so I'm going to get into it because this is Eagles Real Talk. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. He should have played last week against the Saints. At the end of the day, I think this is a game of football. This is a game where you have to play injured, and I believe he wanted to play. I believe he was ready to play, but I think the Eagles, the organization, the coaching staff, Howie, Lurie, all of them, I think they wanted to play it safe because they felt very confident in Gardner Minshew, and obviously, that didn't work out. I was confident in Gardner Minshew as well. I thought he could get it done versus the Saints, but man, was he terrible. He was backpedaling and tap dancing. He just looked inept, completely inept. And it brought up the question to me. Okay, so we're going to extend and give Jalen Hurts a big contract, right? Which I'm here for. I want us to extend him. I think he's going to be a great player in the NFL for 10, 15 years. I really do. He's got, everything upstairs. He's got the heart. He's got the physical ability. I think he's going to be a great NFL player for a decade. But with that said, we got to go out and we always have to have a backup that can come in, step up, and run the offense. Not obviously as efficient as Jalen, but he has to be able to come in there and be able to run the offense and the RPO. Now, we seen in this past game, they didn't respect the run. They didn't respect Gardner Minshew at all because our offense is predicated on the RPO. So we either have to have a complete other offense when he's not in and just get away from the RPO because nobody, including the opponent, is scared of Gardner Minshew running at all. So we have to have a backup quarterback with wheels. So let's compare our situation to the Ravens. So when Lamar went down, they had a backup quarterback who at least had some similarities to Lamar that could come in and run a similar offense. Huntley stepped in. Obviously, he doesn't have the same wheels. He doesn't have, that ability to escape the pocket and make crazy plays happen like Lamar. All of the intangibles that Lamar has, but he was at least, comparable to Lamar as far as like things that they can do on a football field. And at least they could run the same offense. Now with Gardner, he came in and we couldn't run the same offense. We look like a completely different team on offense, and we can't have that going forward. Now, obviously injuries happen. I mean, this week injuries are the main thing, on everybody's minds, but it's going to happen and we have to be prepared for it next season. So we either have to go out and find a veteran that is comparable to Hurts that can come in, step in, and run the offense whenever, whether it's in the fourth quarter and we're up by 30, or he needs time off away from the game because he's dealing with the injury. Whatever the case is, we need to get a backup quarterback that can come in there and step up. And right now, we don't have that guy on the roster, and it is now a problem for this team because if Gardner has to play ever again, we're in trouble. But with that said, I'm pretty confident in, Hurts, his availability the rest of the way. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I think we played it too safe. I think we should have let him play, let him suit up against the Saints. I think he could have taken care of his body to the best of the ability in that game. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of unknowns that can happen, but I think we should have trusted Hurts a little bit more to, handle that game, wrap up the 1 seed, and then we could have rested our guys this last week. We could have had another bye next week, and we wouldn't have played until the 21st of January. He would have got almost 3 weeks off if we would have won last week. But now we got to trot him out there. And it's just, this season isn't ending, great. But at the end of the day, if we go out there, take care of business in the first and second half against the Giants, I believe this team will be right back on track. Obviously, the big missing piece has been Jalen Hurts. Now, with that said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Get down with ERT. I'll catch you guys on the next video. This is Bri with Eagles Real Talk signing out. Keep it real always. Go Birds.